I'm Justin Davis, and this is Drone Camps RC. What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Justin Davis, and today we're gonna look back in the history of drones, and then we're gonna go fast forward into 2018. Remember when this was small? A small foldable drone, considered small, and now check this out. This is the Zerotech Hesper. We're gonna fly this today. We're gonna check out the video and see if it's worthy or not. I know DJI is probably working on a miniature version of a Mavic, possibly, but it looks like Zerotech has kind of beat them to the drawing board. It looks almost exactly like the same type of stance as a Mavic. And there's a lot of other toy drones out there that look like a Mavic, but they don't really perform like it, and it takes terrible video. But we're gonna see if this one has decent video on here. It does say it takes 4K video, but it also takes 1080p. I'm not totally sure if it does actually do full-blown 4K video, so we're gonna find out in this review what it actually takes. I'm gonna show you that video quality. Is it worth just under $500 for the regular version with one battery? And is it worth $600 for the Flymore combo that they have available? So there's two different ones. A lot like DJI has the Flymore combo, so you can get an extra battery in that pack and you get some pretty cool stuff in that bundle. But right now, let's go ahead and fly it, and I'll show you what the footage looks like versus the Mavic Pro over there on my right. And by the way, we have another guest on the channel today. We have the DJI Spark right here, and just to give you some comparison, size comparison of the two, there's the Spark, and I'll show you the Hesper from above and the Spark right next to it, and the Mavic Pro there. So there's some pretty big size differences in the three of those drones, but the Hesper is foldable. It only has one-way folding. It doesn't fold under like the Mavic Pro does. So the arms just go back, and there it is, all folded up. That thing is super tiny. I'm also gonna weigh this versus the Mavic Pro for you, and we'll weigh the DJI Spark as well. But check out that profile. That is super low profile. Let's go ahead and fold in the Mavic there and twist the arms back on that one. And the only bad thing about the Spark is that it doesn't fold in like the Mavic Pro does. If they made a folding version of a Spark, it would be really cool. And there you can see from above, you can see the Mavic Pro, the Hesper, and the Spark. And the Spark's also shooting 1080p, so we'll give you some comparison of those two in this video as well. I've done tons of shooting with the Spark, and a lot of people really like this one, and I think this one's around the $300 to $400 mark at this point. So can the Hesper hang? We're gonna find out. And this is the transmitter that comes along with it. It has this retractable centerpiece and allows your phone in there. I can fit my iPhone 7 just in there when it's all the way stretched out to center point. So a little different than the DJI style transmitter that opens up from the bottom. This one just opens up straight from the middle like that. You've got this little sort of opening mechanism inside there, but left-hand stick is going to be your throttle stick and your yaw axis stick right there, and your roll and pitch over on this side. You have return to home here, auto takeoff. We have a mode switch up here, and we have a gimbal wheel, a lot like on this Spark transmitter. So you also have a video button here and a photo button there, which we're going to use a little bit later, and the power button's on the very bottom of this transmitter. So let's go ahead and turn on the scale real quick and zero it out and put the Hesper on there. See if I can get it on there. We're at 343 grams total takeoff weight with the battery, and you do have optical flow on the bottom here, and infrared sensor for indoor positioning system, which is super nice. So you can fly this either way. You can fly it indoors or outdoors. It does have both modes on there, so you can take off non-GPS, which is really nice. Let's go ahead and set the Spark on the scale and see what we get there. The Spark's coming in just a little bit lighter, amazingly, at 303.1 grams. And the Mavic Pro, guys, by the way, that one weighs 743 grams, so that was definitely the heaviest and biggest out of the group here today. But today it's all about the Hesper, so we're gonna go ahead and load this battery up, calibrate the compass, and do some takeoff and flying. It does have orbit mode and follow me as well, so kind of looking forward to flying this one. It looks like it has similar motors, maybe a little bit bigger than what we saw with the Dobby, and this time we have these larger folding props on here, so very similar to the DJI Spark props, actually just a little bit longer than the Spark props. And one other thing I need to mention about this quad is that this video is going to be really useful for you because the manual is all in Chinese. Everything in here is in Chinese, and I wasn't even really sure where to go to get the app out of the App Store, and I'm going to help you guys out with that, and also some help on getting the Wi-Fi to work on this quad. So very valuable review for you guys, and we'll go over some of the functions as well as the return to home and all that good stuff with the Hesper. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll do a line of sight flight test, and we'll go out in the field and we'll do some flying out here and see how well the camera records. So first we're going to calibrate the compass, and we're going to rotate it on the horizontal axis until the app shows you to go to the next step. We're going to keep rotating it. It's going to take quite a while, quite a few rotations it looks like. Normally with some of the other quads, a few turns is good, but this one seems to want a few rotations here. Okay, now we're good finally on those rotations. Now we're going to go on the vertical axis with the camera pointing straight down, and we'll keep going until we're finished inside the app. Just keep rotating it. It's always good to make a successful calibration before you take off, because it might not fly back to the home point wherever you're flying. So we'll go ahead now and go back into the live view. Okay, I see my live view. It says I have GPS there, 15 satellites. And we can do an auto takeoff. Let's go ahead and start recording the video. So I'm going to switch to video mode. I'll start recording there. I have a time code going. It says yes, take off. Here we go. A mini Mavic. One of the first ones I've seen that actually kind of looks like a Mavic and has 4K video. Let's check out the GPS hover. Looks pretty solid. Very solid, actually. That's awesome. The Zerotech Dobby had a really nice hover on it. So let's check out the yaw. Pretty slow. You should get some nice cinematic shots with this quad. Let's go ahead and fly out a little bit. My live view seems to be working pretty good. I don't see a lot of lag in the Wi-Fi, which is good. Now I'm just going to fly forward a little bit and come up. I'm going to stay probably within line of sight on this flight demo. How's that looking, guys? Pretty good? If you do see the props in your video view, you can always bring down the camera tilt it down. And I'm feeling pretty comfortable with the Wi-Fi transmission on this quad, which is kind of amazing. It's not lagging a lot. I'm just going to go ahead and rotate to the right. It tilted on me a little bit. I'm going to come a little further up now. This is actually a really nice experience. This is flying pretty good. And I guess the biggest thing is finding out for me whether this would be a replacement quad for something like my DJI Spark. And I think that's a lot of people out there want something like a Spark, something like that size, but foldable. And if you're shooting 4K video, you pretty much got everything you want. At that point, it's kind of like a Mavic Air. Nice. And I'll show you some Mavic Air video in this as well to compare the Mavic Air video to this one, because a lot of people are interested in the Mavic Air. But so far this drone is doing awesome. We're at 81% battery level. 18 minutes flight time would be really, really good. I'm still recording video. Right now I'm at 240. So right about the time we took off was 2 minutes and 45 seconds ago. Making a move around the field there. And let's just go ahead and test out the return to home real quick. Okay, we're gonna hit that return to home button and we'll see how close it lands to the landing pad. There it goes. It's facing us. Now we'll go ahead and tilt the camera gimbal down so we can see the home point there. That is so cool. And if it looks like you're gonna fly on top of something, you can hit stop on the app. There is a stop button for return to home. So you can bail if you need to. And we're gonna see if it lands on the table or on the tent. Hopefully it lands closer to the pad. And some of these quads will land right on the pad, and generally within a 10-foot radius is what you want. If it's gonna land on the table, that wouldn't be good, but pretty close, within a 10-foot radius, that's not bad. Pretty good drone. So we're gonna go ahead and stop it there, and I'll come back up and spin around, point the camera back up. Man, that is such a cool drone. This is one of those channels where I fly pretty much a new drone almost every day on the channel. So if you like drones, please do subscribe, because I fly a ton of these. Now, I think what we need to do, guys, is we need to check out the ADI mode. So I'm going to switch in out of GPS and into ADI mode, because let's just find out how fast this quad goes in the ADI mode. It shouldn't have GPS holding it back at that point. Right there is full stick forward. Not very fast. It's not doing 35 miles an hour. So I'm going to check out the modes here. We have tracking, surround, and let's just point the drone back at us, and I'll bring the camera back down. All right, let's try out the surround. It's free of obstacles. Yes, we have GPS. Now drag to blue area. Going to do that. 19 meters. And you can change the radius. We'll go 6.5 meters there. 7.9 meters. That looks good. Now we're going to start. Okay, the drone is going up to that height that I specified. I'm just going to bring the camera down a little bit, and we'll hit start. We'll go to the right again, and hopefully it'll go around us. So it looks like surrounding is actually going to be a circular pan. Outwards. That's interesting. It's not doing like an orbit mode. It's doing kind of a circular pan. Okay, that's done. Let's try the next mode. Oblique rise. 10 seconds, 20 seconds, or 40 seconds. So we're gonna go down a little bit. Gonna come down and make sure that the drone is pointing toward us. Bring the camera up just a little bit here. We'll bring the drone a little closer to us. This should be sort of like its droney mode. Sort of scene reveal shot. So let's go ahead and select 20-second time, and it'll fly back. It's going to fly up and then back to the original point. So here we go. Start a short video. It's recording. Awesome. Same thing like DJI. "20 seconds on that, so 10 seconds out, 10 seconds back in. So now it should start to come back toward us. So now it's hovering in GPS. I'm going to put it back in video mode and start recording. And let's check out another mode here. We have tracking mode. I do have an electric skateboard sitting over here, so we could try out the electric skateboard with tracking and see how well it does follow me. Let's try that out with this little mini Mavic. Let's just get it lined up with the parking lot. Just like that, and I'll grab my skateboard transmitter. Turn that on. Turn on the skateboard. Now I'll probably come up and above the trees. See that that's connected to the skateboard. We're good there. All right, let me bring up the camera a little bit, make sure that we're recording. Point the quad toward us, and I'll bring the quad up just a little bit. It's way quieter than a Mavic Pro, by the way. No object avoidance on this quad, guys, so you got to make sure that you're higher than the trees if you're going to do follow me. And it does have a maximum height on your follow me setting, so tracking in an open area, yep. Start tracking. Select your target. I was able to draw a red box around myself. Start tracking. Okay, I see a green target mode there. We're gonna have to bring it a little lower. It's saying target lost. Now the DJI MAVIC Air did have issues really high to be able to see me, so I'm just gonna bring it in a little closer. And I'm gonna draw a target around myself. Tracking. Okay, draw the box around me. Start tracking. All right, don't lose me. Here we go. Stay on me, Mini Mavic. Let's try it out. The drone is moving. Come on, little Mini Mavic. Let's see how fast you can go. All right, here we go. Just gonna bring the camera up a little bit, bring the gimbal up a little bit. And I'm gonna come over here and swing around in the parking lot because I wanna see what this quad does. It might have actually lost me already. Yeah, it lost me. Okay. So, follow me might not work with something super fast. And I'm not really going that fast, so this is interesting. Let's just try that again. Open area, track me, start tracking. All right, it knows I'm there, we're recording. Okay, and we're just gonna do a big circle right here. Don't lose me. See what you can do. YouTube is watching. Seems to be doing it, still holding. I can see the green square around myself. Cool. It's doing good. It's panning and turning with me. I got some trees over here behind it, so hopefully it doesn't go into those trees. Still got me. All right, now it seems to be working pretty good. Now if I get too far away, it will lose me. I'm gonna come way out here. If you see it's gonna come close to a tree, guys, stop it, or stop where you are. I'm just gonna try to carefully navigate around these trees. I'm not sure that I actually have any type of control with the sticks, but I'll try that in a second. I'm gonna try to come down, see if I can lower my height. Now it turned away from me. It's returning because it has a low battery. Low battery return. So we're gonna go ahead and try out that return to home. The follow me did work, and I'm gonna do that more. We'll do that more on the channel. We'll do more of a test with it. I'm just gonna make sure that we're not gonna hit any tables over there. Looked like it was gonna land on the Mavic Pro. So keep in mind, this little guy is gonna land within a 10-foot radius. So if you have all your gear sitting here like this, just make sure that when you're coming back in, you're over near where you're gonna land so that you don't land on top of your gear. You're gonna give yourself like a 10-foot radius. But I think overall it did pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and stop that video now. So I think the Zerotech Hesper is kind of like what a lot of people want and have been imagining over the last year or so. Something with optical flow, GLONASS on board, 4K video, and under 400 grams is kind of amazing. I did not get an 18-minute flight time. My transmitter battery is low. I just got the Hesper in today, so I was only able to get my transmitter charged up to about 2 bars. And so I have a red light blinking on the transmitter, and that's why I decided to come back in and land. And it looks like that transmitter is about 5%. So when I get a full charge on this, I'll bring it back out again and I'll do another demo for you guys, because so far I really like this one. It's way better than the Dobby. But we're in 2018 now and it's summertime, so we should have something that is comparable to something like the DJI Spark and the Mavic Air. But this one has a 1-axis gimbal, so keep that in mind. This one doesn't have a full 2-axis or 3-axis gimbal like the Mavic Pro has, the 3-axis and the 2-axis on the Spark. But if the price point on this one keeps getting lower and lower, I think this one is going to be a sellout for sure if it doesn't have a whole lot of issues. But if it does have any type of issues, I didn't see any today, which was good. The follow me wasn't totally perfect, but the return to home was decent. And right now I have 18 satellites locked into it. So that's a pretty good GPS on board the Hesper. I think it's doing pretty good. But also guys, to download the app, if you're looking for that in the App Store, you're going to download an app called Flight Go. And that's going to help you out. If you get a Hesper, the app is called Flight Go in the iOS store. It's not Hesper. If you're looking for Hesper, you won't find it. You might find something in Chinese. The other app that's for this particular drone is all in Chinese. So the English version of that is called Flight Go. And once you have that, to put the password in there, the password is going to be on your drone. It's going to be just inside here underneath the battery, and it will say "Hi Great." No spaces, "Hi Great," all lowercase. And that's what's going to get you connected to the drone itself. And what you're really going to have to do to make it connect is you're going to have to connect to the quad first, enter in the password, and then you're going to see the controller pop up. And once you connect to the controller, then it will actually show you the live view. But if you connect to the quad first and you don't see it come up, that's because you haven't connected to the controller as well. So there's going to be 2 connection points on the Hesper. And I got 2 batteries with my Hesper. I got the Flymore combo, so check that one out in the link below, or the single battery version. And I'm going to take this one home along with the other one. I'm going to charge up both batteries, and I'm going to bring the Hesper out for another flight test and review for you guys. We do a second review and lots more information on the Hesper coming up on the channel. This is just a little preview for the Mini Mavic by Zerotech. Take care guys. I'm Justin. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.